Okay. Let's find a drop off or a ledge if we can. It's a bit of a rock ledge right here, but it's not super cast friendly. And this is a small lake, so let's keep exploring. Some picnic tables here. That could be nice for us to set up a coffee. Man, it is a cold morning. How about this? I could definitely roll cast here. I've almost walked around the entire lake in about 5 minutes, so let's just scout more stuff out and we'll choose a spot. It's also pretty shallow. I'm trying to find a place to get deep. It might be back at that very first point. Let's head back. There wasn't much casting there, but there was a nice drop off near shore, which is the most important feature right now because it's cold. It's super cold this morning, and these fish are not going to be in shallow. Beautiful place. I think in summer this place is absolutely packed. Right now I'm the only car in the parking lot. Good morning, guys. Today we are officially starting our winter season of stillwater fishing. That's something I want to do more this season. And I'm starting on a nice little stocked lake along the Sea to Sky Highway that I've driven by a handful of times. And I always knew there was fish in here, and I was just feeling like something different, so here we are. It's early in the morning, middle of November, and it's really freaking cold this morning, so my number one is to get a line in the water. I've got an indicator rig with a little midge on the bottom, and I've also got a streamer rig that I'll throw later when I feel more active, but I'm gonna throw my bobber in and we're gonna go make some coffee and have a Cliff Bar and pretend we're out here camping, but I'm freaking cold, man. I need to get that coffee in me, so let's go. Just got really quiet. No cars. That's really nice. Okay, so your guys' job, if you can even see that indicator, is to watch it for me like a hawk while I set up my little camp stove and make some coffee that I desperately need right now. Sugar, instant coffee, very little actually. That's gonna be 1 cup, and then we can make a second cup with some hot chocolate if we're feeling real cold. It's our little camp stove. Just screw it in. There we go. There we go. This guy kind of folds out like this. This is a very simple kind of single person stove I've had for years and years. Here's our pot. Get rid of any dust in there. Kind of balance that in the middle. Lots of water in our Nalgene. We'll just boil enough for our first cup right now. We don't need to boil all of this, just a waste of gas. All right, here we go. Trusty Bic barbecue lighter. See. Yeah, we'll just leave a little bit to make a mocha. Brown sugar, this has been in here for a while, so it's kind of hard, so I'll just, yeah, I'll get some glucose in it. Screw it, let's just use all of it. I don't have diabetes yet. So Inside these things, which also dual as little cleaners and cloths when you're out backcountry camping, it's got this little tool, grabs the edge, just pour, you just pour this sucker in. And I spilled a little bit on myself like an adult. Leave a bit of room for cream. That's right, I do have cream. Alright, when you're packing liquids, you gotta bag them. And this is the good part, guys. Oh, hell yeah. Oof, that looks good. It's gonna taste good, I know it. That's good. That's good. Coffee was step one. Well, really getting the line in the water was step one. You can see it's just kind of floating right there under that tree. It might be hard for you guys to see with the reflection, but yeah, beautiful morning, middle of November. At a new place, drinking coffee. No one else here. It's pretty nice. Okay, this is my like trout box basically. Top 2 rows of stuff that Bob sent me. These guys, these Lancer, what the hell are they called? Silver Lancers. Yeah, they caught me a nice stocked fish on Rice Lake, and I think I'm gonna go with a big one here. Okay, this is my first cast with the Silver Lancer. The only thing I would take away from this is the highway. I would like the highway to not be so close. I think I'm gonna move spots in a couple minutes. Just give this like 4 or 5 casts. And then there's a point there where it's trees, but it's deep there. So I'm gonna give that a go. I think deep is where I need to be this morning. A lot of people who fish here use non-motored boats, so paddle boards, floaties, kayaks, canoes, whatever. They fish in the middle during the summer. You could do it during the winter too. You just gotta be ready to get cold. Let's move camps. Let's see how quickly I can put away camp. Boom, boom, boom. All of this fits in my pot. Boom. That took less than 2 minutes. That was pretty easy, guys. And as they say, when you go outdoors, leave no trace. Let's go to those woods over there. Just do a double check. I think I'm good. I've just had a thought, and that thought is this. I wonder if right beside the highway, I see a few spots that look like fishing spots beside the path. I wonder if it's super deep over there and better casting. But before we do that, let's just take another look here. Yeah, it gets super deep right here. You see down there's, sorry guys. There, oh, you guys can just see the nice reflection of the clouds because you're not polarized like I am in my sunglasses. Anyway, there's a nice rock right here. You can see the edge of the rock here. And it goes down pretty quickly and I can't see right there. So I think it's deep here. I don't have much casting room, but hey, I can step on this rock here, bring my rod tip up to the right here and roll cast. So let's do that. I might actually start with streamers. We have another beautiful picnic table right beside our fishing spot. This is living high. I like to always rig up at home. You guys probably know that by now. But maybe you're new to the channel. I always like to rig up at home with tape, and then I like save myself 10 minutes of fishing time. I'll show you the fly I'm using, which is sticking right at the end of my rod right now. It's a nice white minnow pattern from, again, from Bob, Trout Flies in Utah. Check out his store, especially if you're from the States. I don't know if he's shipping to Canada yet, but he's definitely shipping all over the States. And I tell you, man, his flies catch salmon, they catch trout. They're just gorgeous and incredible quality. I caught a cutthroat on this in Harrison Hot Springs a couple weeks back. He went nuts for it. He hit it twice, so he came back for it. That's how good it was. I think this is going to work just fine. I can get a good 20-foot cast on this right away. So my plan is to start deep, slow strips, and then if that doesn't work for 3 or 4 casts, maybe 5 casts, go faster strips on the bottom, and then mid-column, and then top. Just makes sense to start on the bottom. I can get a good cast out here. I'm very happy with this. And I know it's deep there, so I'm fishing. I'm definitely fishing. Let's try some longer strips. It's a little pause in between. I'd love to get a streamer fish. I've got some intel from some guys in my Discord. Check out my Discord. Come hang out if you want to. That, what did he call it? It's like a black and red leech. Red-eyed leech or something. Anyway, I looked at it on Google. It looked pretty sick. He said that does really well for him here. I think all the fish are asleep, just hanging out at the bottom. My other option today was Rice Lake, but I had a little extra time today, like an extra hour to fish. I know I live closer to Rice Lake, and so I can go there. I will go there a few times this winter. It's not going anywhere. Man, I'm cold. So my wife and I have been watching the show Alone. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it or are into that kind of thing. It's like survival based. You probably know what I'm talking about, but like I love that, watching the survival stuff, and it's really interesting. Through 2 seasons so far, every single person has like different strengths and weaknesses in these survival conditions, but also like different outlooks on what takes priority when they're out there. Like the amount of difference in people's shelters and how they respect their environment and how they fit into their environment. It's just really fascinating to see these different people from different walks of life take completely unique stances and approaches to this, you know, incredibly difficult survival condition on the west coast of northern Vancouver Island. It's also really cool, like when they're in the forest and they're looking around and they're like, this place is wet and terrible. I'm like, you know, if you've been fishing in the Capilano River, the forest looks very similar. I find it amusing. Oh man, I thought I had a fish. I hooked weeds, guys, come on. Well, I guess I'm getting down. Right, that's a good sign that I hooked weeds. In season 1 of Alone, one thing that got me upset immediately, and some of you can probably relate, is that someone was using gill nets and they caught a chum salmon. Now the first one was in the dark. I think I just hooked more weeds right there. The first fish that was caught was in the dark, but I could see the stripes just from the light of the guy that was filming himself. But then there was another one caught in broad daylight, also clearly with the chum salmon stripes on its body. Both times they called it a coho. Like, I have no idea why. Is that to appeal to like the general public who doesn't know what a chum salmon is? Or like are they trying to sell more coho salmon? Like, it made no sense to me. It was egregious, and I think they've been attacked for this on the internet for many years since they're in like season 8 or something. I'm just really far behind, but when I saw that, I got I don't know if it was justifiably angry. I was just like, how could they do that? Anyway, if you guys haven't watched that show, like, and you like fly fishing and watching these kinds of videos, go watch Alone, man. It is next level. It's on Amazon Prime. I'm getting pretty cold, man. My this finger right here, my forefinger, it like feels chilled to the bone, man. I can't seem to warm it up. I put on my little chips in my gloves just to give it a try. There's a little, I'll show you guys a trick in a minute for warming up your hands though in the winter. It's really helpful when you're skiing and stuff. So I hook more seaweed. Well, my fly's where it needs to be. Based on how I hooked this, I was about a foot off bottom. Seems reasonable. I don't know, man. Fix you guys up. Okay, so here's the trick. The trick is you want to use gravity and blood flow to increase blood flow into your fingertips. So you have blood all through your body, okay? You have blood all up in your forearms, right? But you're not getting a lot of blood flow down here. So we're going to use gravity, momentum, I think it's centripetal acceleration to swing our arms down and get blood flow into the tips. All right, start up. So you're doing that motion right, and be careful because, like, you know, just don't throw out your back or something doing this. But you're gonna know you're doing this right if you feel pressure in your fingertips on those swing downs. You should feel pressure, which is like blood pressure flowing down. And also, like it's happening to me right now, if you had cold fingertips, like it's gonna hurt. It's like when you have super cold hands and you go inside the house and you run your hands under warm water, it's painful. Like something about it, your body is just not used to that motion. All right, we got our water on for round 2. We're gonna make a mocha. So we have just a little bit of instant coffee left. That's going all in. Boom. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes now. My fingers feel amazing. They like hurt for like 3 minutes, especially that one finger that was super cold. Now I'm good to go. It's a very useful trick if your hands are cold in the winter or in the summer, I guess. Now this, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is After 8 hot chocolate mix. This just reminds me of home. Home for me is Nova Scotia, and it reminds me of Nova Scotia winters. Just hanging out at home with my mom, with my family. My mom loved After 8s, the little chocolates with like a minty filling. So this reminds me of her. Love her to death, miss her. And yeah, every time I drink this, I have that nostalgia feeling, and there's not much better in this world than that feeling of nostalgia. Okay. Let's check out the action. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, this hot chocolate reminds me of playing in like 2-meter high snowdrifts, like carving them out as a kid and making like a little hideaway with all these tunnels underneath, getting just cold and frozen for hours outside in the snow, and then just feel like by the time you come in, everything is numb, everything is wet and cold, and you just want to like cozy up under a bunch of blankets on the couch with a cup of hot chocolate. I don't see any obvious fish on our line, so but I know that takes with midges on a bobber are usually pretty mild, so the chances that a fish is just going to be sitting there are basically zero. We gotta actually watch it, but... Whew, let's go fishing. That's a good cup. I'll turn this thing a little bit. I don't know if other people are like OCD about stuff like this, but like when I drink a mug, I hold it in my right hand and I drink from this side always. So I just wanted that mouthpiece to be like a perfect 90-degree angle from my handle so I could drink it. If that sounds pretty OCD, well, that's me. Just put it on the table. It's not a long walk. Game plan here is going to be hand twist retrieves. Take, 2 to 4 minutes to retrieve it in. I tend to go a little fast if I'm being honest, which is not great for my presentation, but I'm kind of an impatient guy. Okay, well, we have about 15 minutes left before we gotta hit the road. So I think I'm probably not gonna use the indicator rig anymore. Should we toss the streamer against that weed bed real quick? Actually, no, I think I'd rather walk over to the other side by the highway there. That one's a little bit deep. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, I like the look of this one. Oh yeah, right off the ledge there. Could be good. I'm just gonna let this sink down, 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 and just, I think, slow strips back. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I'm snagging up on weeds. I mean, that's good. That's where I want to be. I just want it to be fish. Maybe I should have switched it up to a black woolly bugger. You see how this thing looks super reddy orange in the water? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the best fly to go to, but we tried white and reddy green this time. Maybe next time we'll have some more natural looking stuff to try. All right, guys, last cast. If you watch this long to the end of the video, ooh, nice cast. Thank you, I appreciate it. Check out my Discord if you want to join a relaxed but engaged fishing community, mostly based out of BC, some in Alberta. All right, guys, well, I wanted to do this today for 3 reasons. To fish a new lake, go exploring. Because it's stocked, I thought there was a reasonable chance we'd hook up onto a fish. And number 3, because I want to do more stillwater fishing this winter, so I don't regret this decision. If you're still here watching at the end of the video, let me know. Tell me what your favorite kind of hot chocolate is in the comment section. Till next time, guys. See ya. Spoiler alert, this is where I'm fishing.